The final quarter about to get underway at the Essendon ground. The scores: Essendon 7-12, 54, well on top of Footscray 3-9, 27. Can the Bulldogs stage a revival this quarter and win this match? It looks very doubtful at the moment, but there's Schultz knocking it forward to Fincher, and they're coming forward in the first minute of play, right down to the full forward zone. Domenico knocks the ball across towards Marsh, number 33. Eagles behind him. Marsh picks it up, lets fly towards goal, but it's inaccurate again, and it's out of bounds. Many times Footscray have had shots throughout the game, and plenty of them have gone out of bounds, as was the case that time. 54-27, Essendon in front. The first minute of play in the last quarter. 27 Forsyth getting up high there, but the ball comes down towards Mackenzie. Schultz comes in, snapshot by Schultz. This will be a good one if it's through, but it's off the line, and it's a Footscray point. Footscray 28, Essendon 54. John Schultz, certainly the best Footscray player, who's done everything possible to lift his side and played a great acting captain's game. Essendon's fullback Greg Brown, who's kicked off magnificently, does the job again.
Well, that was typical of Brown's kick-off today. No one can mark it. It goes to Bissett. The left foot gets it up towards the centre-half forward position. And a good mark taken by Domenico. He's been pretty quiet. Brown's holding his arm. Must have hurt himself on the way in. Domenico is a fair way from goal. It would be a good long kick to get the distance, but he should land it somewhere about the region of the goal square if he's accurate. He comes very deliberately. It's a long kick, all right, but it's certainly not accurate. It's through for another point to Footscray. 3-11, trailing Essendon 7-12, and it's the 1 and a bit minute mark into the final quarter, with it looking already as though it's going to be an Essendon victory. In fact, it's looked like that virtually from halfway through the first quarter. Beautiful kick up again by Brown. He's really stirred the crowd up with some of his kicking today. Chalmers comes in, carries the ball across the line, and we'll see it so. Footscray's half forward line. Scene of action. Flightner 11, 24 Mackenzie. 33 is Marsh. Blind turns, hand put, punches it out towards Bissett. He punches it on, trying to find a teammate and doesn't. Flightner slings it in towards goal. Almost marked there by Domenico. Kicked off the ground though for Essendon. It's Domenico again with the ball, punches it out, but Barry Davis got a chance. He's shoved aside, allowing Goffer to come in though. He has a bounce and clears safely for Essendon over the centre of the ground. Williams is up one-handed because he couldn't do anything else, and will get the free kick. It's a free kick to Williams, and he's right on the centre wing position. Long kick. Fordham shunts a player out of the road, couldn't take the mark. At the back was Gillard scouting well. His left foot kick lands it back in the centre of the ground. Flightner's there for Footscray. Gets around Mackenzie and gets his boot to the ball, but it was smothered. Rebounds to Mackenzie, who gets his kick. Mackenzie of Footscray, that was. He gets his ball up to where Merrington has a short kick into where it's retrieved by Davis of Essendon, and Davis's kick is a good one out in the direction of Williams, who marks safe. Shanahan trying to crib a few yards here, and the umpire now has brought him back. And that is a misuse of the rule for sure. There's a kick by Williams. Punts away, goes towards Hurd. He gets it up forward. Riley tried to mark, couldn't do so. Now it's David Shaw in front. Kicked off the ground by Gillard. Gillard now following up, trying to recover. Gets onto his left foot, and some of Hurd scouting well. They look very much alike at first glance. Both with long sleeves. There's only 3 players on the ground with long sleeves. There's a kick by Hurd. It's a nice one too. Here's a chance for Williams if he's good enough. He can't mark it on that occasion, no, however. Coming through is Mackenzie of Footscray. He handballs it across to Zushner, and Zushner's kick clears it out towards the wing position. Fincher couldn't mark. Barry Davis comes in, sharks well, sends a long, long kick in. Here's a chance for Johnny Schultz at the back row. It was Fordham, but it's over his head, and through for a point to Essendon to make them 7-13-55, leading Footscray 3-11-29.
Time check in the last quarter in Channel 9's coverage of the game. 4.5 minutes of time gone in the final quarter as David Darcy kicks it off again. Straight down the centre of the ground, a chance for Jack Clark. A bad let in there for Essendon. And Clark is over the centre half forward position. And a good kick by Clark would at least get it to the 10-yard square for the Bombers. Essendon 55, Footscray 29. Jack Clark, 250 games he's played after this one, and right downfield it goes, and it's a mark to Footscray in the last line of defence taken by Riley. Riley in the back pocket has stemmed that attack by the Bombers, and there's his kick upfield to the half-back line. Summerville's up over the top was Plyton. It's knocked forward by Mackenzie. Coming in hard is McGowan. McGowan gets his kick. Not a long one, it comes to Mackenzie. A long hand pass by Mackenzie downfield looking for Shaw. Shaw's in trouble. Handballs it back again towards Egan coming through. He can't pick it up, and players coming over the top of the ball on Essendon's half-forward line. A scrambly game, not much excitement. Umpire Shields to ball it up. 55-29, Essendon in front. Knocked forward by the Essendon rucks towards Jack Clark, who's played pretty well. He gets it across here towards Hurd. He gives it across to Williams. A left foot shot by Williams. Which way does it bounce? It hits the post. Another point to Essendon, who are well in command at the moment. And more work for Dave Darcy as he is about to kick off.
Darcy goes straight up the centre. It's the only chance they've got, if they have got any, and the mark is taken there by Mackenzie. Mackenzie's at about the centre half-back position, but Footscray have only got one way home, and that's up the centre. That's just about where they go. Merrington gets up high, couldn't hold it. It's down on the ground. Scrambly play. There's been a lot of it today. Coming in as Thorpe, he punches the ball, gets his foot as he trails after it, gets his foot to it. It goes to Merrington. He slams the left foot into Wood's goal. Man in front was Domenico, who couldn't mark. Scouting well there is Epis, and he clears, but that's a poor kick, and it's straight across the line into the crowd. Epis has been pretty quiet today. That was only his 7th kick for the match, and he's only taken 2 marks. The dashing debonair Don. Knocked forward there by Williams with a hefty punch. Taken by Gosper. That one went along the ground. No one can mark it. Mackenzie's in there, got around the opponent nicely and slams the left foot one down towards the forward line. Up is Stevens, but the ball's off his hands and waits and across the line. Well, Footscray in attack, but they're trailing so badly they'd need almost a football miracle. Half of the Essendon side would have to go home, I think, for Essendon to lose it. From the knockout, it's given a chance to Stevens. Oh, look at that kick. Throws it the wrong way completely. Martian Epis coming in. Punched away by Gerlach. There's a chance for Chalmers, but he's run across the line, and the free kick, not the free kick, the throw-in will result. Schultz still working like a bullet. Was up high then. That's Chalmers. Blind turning nicely. Gets around onto the boundary line, slams it into Wood's goal, only to find Greg Brown in the way. He clears with a long kick. 2 Footscray players up. That's been the pattern of their play. A chance for Egan here. He gets around, fumbles the ball, loses it to John Schultz. And Schultz's kick is marked by Pryor, who came downfield well. Too fast, the Essendon defence. It's dead set their strength. There's no worry about that. Mackenzie can't mark. Coming through now is McGowan. He blind turns nicely there and gets it down. No, he doesn't. Rebounded to Chalmers as the kick was smothered. Chalmers gets it forward. Coming in is Barry Davis. And his long left foot kick gets it up to where there's a chance here for Riley. He couldn't mark. Clark snips in again. He's been playing well for 250 games. He's not too tired. Here's a chance for Fordham. He can't mark. Darcy played well there. Darcy's had the better of Fordham on the day, although Fordham has kicked 3. And Darcy's kick sends the ball across the line, and you can see the score for yourself, 56-29, and we're 8 minutes into the final quarter.
I'm just thinking, Jim, as Jack Clark got the ball, what a great game he's played. His 250th, the determination written all over his face as he burst out of the pack with that one. He's been a great player.
A few statistics, Don. He's had 16 kicks and kicked 2 goals, and he's had a lot of hand passes to his own team players.
Waiting for the ball to be thrown in, and there's the score frame for you. Essendon well on top, 56-29, and a low standard game here at Essendon today. This is the final quarter, and we're approaching the 9-minute mark. 14 is Schultz, 9 is Waite, and up they go. Waite tries to take it out of the air. Shaw's there too, and now it's picked up by Waite. He sends it into the full forward position, and Zusna's there. The ball bounces right for him, but he's tackled and gets a short kick at it back to Noonan. A snapshot by Noonan in towards the big sticks. It bounces the wrong way. In fact, it was through before it bounced, and it's another point. Noonan hasn't been as prominent in the second half as he was in the first, but he looks a pretty good find for the Essendon side.
Noonan in the first half, Don, had 10 kicks. He had none in the third quarter. He's had 2 in the last quarter.
Kick off by Darcy again. His foot must be very sore. It's up towards Jackman. He can't take it. It's taken by Noonan, having another kick here. It's not a good kick. It comes downfield. It's punched away here. by Zusner, but Forsyth is either being awarded the mark or the free kick. Anyway, it's Forsyth who's got it well within kicking distance on a slight angle, only about 30 yards from goal, but that's a shocker. Players today in kicking for goal don't seem to be deliberate enough. They're just firing away without any concentration, and there's another example. Another point to Essendon, that one kicked by Forsyth. 10 minutes gone in the final quarter, and it's Essendon well in front, 58-29. This is GTV9's coverage of the game at Essendon.
Well, David Darcy's had plenty of kickoffs. Essendon have kicked 16. This is his 16th kickoff, apart from what else he's earned. He's played quite well. There's a long kick by Darcy. No one can mark it. The sun breaking through and patches on the ground. It's Egan, number 29, taking the ball away, running around Schultz, getting the ball forward, only to find Jackman in the way for Footscray. Jackman finally does pick the ball up, gets it down towards the wing position. Bissett comes in for Footscray, hand punches across to Chalmers. That was good play, and Chalmers is going all right. His kick is going to be marked. No, Greg Brown couldn't get to it, tried to kick it off the ground. No one can mark it. Pryor tries to kick it off the ground. Finally, McKenzie of Footscray does, and it goes to Waite of Essendon, and he clears it right out to the wing position with a long kick. Footscray player there, McGowan, thought the ball was across the line. The umpire didn't, and Somerville had a chance as McGowan lapsed concentration. And a free kick going against Somerville here for holding the ball. Well, if he could have got rid of it, I would have been surprised. There's a kick, and it's a poor one. And it's marked by David Shaw, and the scores are 58-29 in Essendon's favour. And it's 12 minutes into the final quarter. A mark to Darcy in the full-back position. Darcy's played well for Footscray, and that's a good kick. Up goes Merrington, but he took off before acceptances. The ball comes out to Davis. He runs around Thorpe. He found that's pretty easy to do, and sends a lovely pass. It was good football to Johnson. Johnson immediately plays on, looking for Forsyth, and Forsyth is marked. Footscray side are ragged. The Essendon side is playing on. Zusner's being pulled back about a yard by umpire Shields. Forsyth hooks that ball across towards the centre-half forward position. No one can mark. There was almost marked, taken off the hand by Williams, and he slams it in towards goal, but it's a stray. And the score doesn't alter. It's still 58-29 in Essendon's favour. There's the throw-in. Up high was Forsyth, getting the ball down, but Fordham, look at him using his strength there, couldn't get away with the ball. Noonan's got it now, snapped it in towards goal, and that's good. 8 goals, 16, Essendon, 64 points, and that was Noonan's first goal, but he's played quite well for them. Let's check his statistics. He's had 13 kicks, and he moves about well on the forward line.
Time check, 13 minutes gone in the last quarter. Essendon going further ahead. Noonan still in the picture there. A good find for the Bombers. 64-29, the Essendon side lead, as Shields puts play underway again at the centre. The ball bounces right for Waite to knock it down, trying to come through as Chalmers. He's had a bit of bite to the Footscray half-forward line since he came on at half-time, and now it's Jackman getting the free kick. He was tackled from behind and wasn't given a chance to have his kick, but he is now. And there's his pass downfield along the flank position over the top of Marsh. Stevens has taken the mark, but the ball is going to be brought back again by umpire Shields, and Jackman's going to have his kick again. Jackman is on Footscray's half-forward line. He's played pretty well as a short pass, but it's dropping short. Coming through was Thorpe, and on the ground there is Delmenico with Barry Davis there too, and it's a shocking scramble at the moment as Fincher plays the ball in front of him. Behind him is David Shaw. Fincher gets clear. A punt kick by Fincher, wide across there towards Marsh. Epis is his opponent. The ball bounces right for Alec Epis, and then he turns eventually onto his left foot and sends the ball along the flank position, but again it drifts into the crowd, into a great crowd of Footscray supporters there who were looking for a free kick. The ball is being thrown in on between half-forward and the centre wing in Footscray's scoring zone, a long way from goal. Essendon lead 64-29. Halfway through the last quarter, 15 minutes of play gone. And there's the ball being thrown in. Up is Waite and also Stevens. The bounce favours Epus again. He's met hard, punches the ball clear. It comes across to Thorpe, number 19 in the picture. Thorpe gets onto his, Merrington rather. Merrington kicks it downfield. Up is Delmenico, can't take the mark. It's taken now by Greg Brown, Essendon's full-back. He kicks it back to the centre wing position. It's towards both McGowan and Somerville, and again the ball is out of bounds. The centre wing throw in on the outer side. Essendon leading 64 to 29. Up his weight, he doesn't pound the ball well. Williams is there. Shaw comes in to try and retrieve it. He does so, but he's over the line, and again a throw in. 30 is Mackenzie, 4 is Stevens, 9 is Waite. Up his weight, the ball comes towards John Schultz. For the third time in a matter of 30 seconds, it's once more over the line. The 16-minute mark of the last quarter. A lot of people are starting to leave the ground because it's an Essendon victory for sure. Only a miracle could get Footscray home in this one. Knocked down by Waite, trying to come through as Chalmers. This is John Schultz. And now it's Forsyth playing the ball along in front of him. It's back onto Essendon's half-forward line by dogged play. It comes across to Noonan. Noonan gets it forward. Rebounds back again to Williams. Williams' kick is smothered. A scrambly game as Mackenzie reels out of a pack. It goes downfield for Essendon as Mackenzie's still holding his head. The whistle goes downfield. It's a Footscray mark. It's being awarded downfield to John Gillard.
Here's Gillard taking his free kick from the half-back line. It's a long punt kick. There's a Footscray player still in the hands of the trainers. Rolls out in the open spaces. Chalmers is there, so too is Egan. Egan gets around a couple of Footscray players, gets his kick in. It's only a short one. Again, it bounces into the open spaces, and Somerville's the first to run into it. He kicks it the wrong way. He didn't mean to, but he was under pressure. Bissett cleverly blind turn, goes for a bit of a run, then sends a long kick up towards the goal square. Mackenzie's in the van. He can't mark. It's off his hands across the line, just near the Footscray goal. 11 is Pleitner, 18 Greg Brown, Delmenico on the right, number 18, 24 is Mackenzie, David Shaw, number 5, 6 is Bissett. Well, you pick, you knock that out, I couldn't, and Greg Brown can't get to it, neither can Marsh before the ball's across the line. Schultz is ruck roving, he's not going for the knockouts at the moment. He's tired, he looks tired as Greg Brown takes the ball and kicks it straight out of bounds. Dull period of play, and there's been quite a few of them today. The score is 64 to 29 in Essendon's favour. The time, almost 17 minutes into the last quarter. That's Bissett, number 6 with the ball. 4 is Stevens. Goes out to 28, Epus, who runs around the boundary, gets a left foot to it. Centres it towards the centre half forward position, only to find Mackenzie in the way, and Mackenzie sends a long one in, and it's through. A goal to Footscray. Well, the crowd can hardly believe it, neither can I. 4 goals, 11, 35 to 8-16, 64. A badly needed goal for Footscray, but not one that'll do them much good really, except perhaps as percentages go.
Back at the centre bounce, and a ruck duel to take place. Up his weight, up high, but Schultz up higher still. The ball comes towards Johnson, and now it comes to David Shaw. He can't get his kick. It comes back to Johnson, number 16 in the picture. He picks up the ball on the centre wing, bounces it once. Pleitner's behind him, grabs him after he bounced the ball. Now what's the decision here going to be? It's holding the man. Essendon player about to come onto the ground is Armstrong. As Graham Johnson on the far side kicks it onto Essendon's half-forward line. Noonan's there, so is Riley, who seemed to throw it forward. And now it comes across to McGowan. He puts it back onto Footscray's half-forward line, but Epus takes the mark. Now Epus puts the Bombers into attack again. John Schultz is there, and he takes his umpteenth mark for the day. Left foot kick by Schultz, a high one, down towards Thorpe on the half-forward line. Up in front is Davis. He's over. It's picked up by Mackenzie. Mackenzie, a hand pass towards Bissett. He kicks it off the ground. Footscray are knocking it forward. Picked up by Mackenzie. Another shot in towards goal by Mackenzie, and it's a poster. The 20-minute mark in the last quarter. A point to Footscray. They're 36, and Essendon are 64. Don Mackenzie, one of the better Footscray players today. 8-16 to 4-12, 36 to 64.
quite a bit in it. There's a kick out. No one can mark it. 11 is Pleitner. Tackled by Forsyth, number 27. Marsh comes in to help, but too late, and the ball's across the line. 1 is Clark, 6 Bissett. 9 is Waite, and 14 is Schultz. The man in front is Marsh, number 33. You can just see him now. He and Forsyth again force the ball across the line. 28 Ebus, Clark on the left of the screen, just next to the umpire, and back to the ruckman. The Singh centres on them as the ball gets thrown in. It's Chalmers coming through with the ball. He loses it. Throwing himself on it there was Gerlach. And umpire Shields is going to ball it up again. Waite comes through, couldn't take the ball. That's Jackman. He's grabbed when nowhere near in possession and will get the free kick. He's on in between the half-forward line and the forward pocket, but it would take a good kick to get it through the goals. Ebus didn't want to deliver the ball up to Jackman, but I think might pay the penalty. He's going to be dragged back. Yes, he is. That was wasting time. And Jackman now, with that penalty, has a chance of scoring a goal if he's accurate and a good enough kick. He can't even make the distance. Stevens has got the ball, falls over the line with it, but not before the whistle is gone, and it'll be a ball up right in front of the Essendon goals. Clark's got the ball, hand passed it out. McKenzie just stops it before it gets across the line. It's Bissett with it now, loses it, gets tackled. Didn't like it much either, but it'll be a throw-in, and it's still near the Footscray goals, the Essendon goals, depending upon which way you like to call them. It's Essendon goals because they're defending, Footscray's because they're attacking. Here's a chance for Schultz. He scoops it back, but it's the weight of Essendon. He hand punches to Ebus. Ebus across to Clark, and again across the line. You can see from this passage of play here that the football has been pretty poor.
Time check in the final quarter. 22 minutes of play gone, and Essendon 8-16 are leading Footscray 4-12. A scrambly piece of play there. It's like a tag wrestling match. Getting up with the ball is the Footscray rover Jackman, and it's a ball up 40 yards out from the Footscray goal. Up is John Schultz, palms it down, looking for Jackman. It comes to Stevens. Stevens can't keep his feet. He handballs it across, looking for Chalmers. It's a kick off the ground, downfield, and Delmenico takes it before it's out of bounds. Back to Marsh. He's tackled, brought to the ground in a bear hug, and Shields comes in again. Another ball up on the half-forward line for Footscray. Up is Waite. It goes to Bissett. Bissett undecided, eventually decides to kick. It goes straight over the line, and again we await the throw-in. Essendon 8-16, Footscray 4-12. 23 minutes gone in the final quarter. Number 9 is Waite, and that's Stevens getting up too. The ball comes down on the ground, and now it's picked up by Delmenico. He's slung to the ground. Brown tries to come through. And another ball up. Kids, it's not very exciting, Jim, is it?
No, Don, it's not. A lot of people are leaving the ground as Jackman tries to come through. The whistle's gone. Oh, how is that? Free kick against Jackman, who's done his lolly. Greg Brown laughing like mad. And I think, yeah, Jackman's been dragged back 15 yards, and Jack Clark gets a free kick. This will be Clark. He's 17th kick for the match, and he's played well in his 250th game. It's up to the centre line. I think Schultz will be paid the mark. The umpiring hasn't been of particularly high standard as Johnny Schultz sends Footscray forward. It's an ill-directed kick, giving a chance there for Forsyth. He gets the ball up to the half-forward line. Coming through is Riley for Footscray, and he clears the ball out to the wing. There's two players out there, Egan and Chalmers. Chalmers wins it, hand punches it across to Bissett. Bissett back to Pleitner. Was good play. There haven't been many passages of good play from Footscray's part today. No one can mark it there. Coming in as Brown, throwing himself into the play. And funnily enough, that was Jackman that he hipped out there. I wonder why.
25-minute mark in the final quarter now in a very dull game. Essendon 64, Footscray 36. The ball on Footscray's half-forward line. No one decisively knocking the ball down. That was Bissett kicking the ball in. And out of bounds again. Gosh, I'd like something for every time the ball has been out of bounds or balled up in that particular section. Footscray's half-forward line, forward pocket this quarter. Knocked down by Stevens. Into the pocket position, and again, yep, over it goes. This coverage of the Footscray Essendon game coming to you through the Television City Sporting Service, Channel 9 in Melbourne. Essendon are leading 64-36 and are coasting home at a very uninteresting game. Stevens gets rid of the ball eventually. Epis comes through. He's grabbed by the Guernsey whilst he's got the ball. The free kick is going against Epis to be taken by the Footscray rover Bissett. Now Bissett is on the half-forward line, 35 yards from goal. Let's see if Footscray can notch one here, a big one. It's a big kick. It's a high kick. It's not quite long enough. It's knocked away by Brown. Knocked away by Gerlach now. And once again, the ball is out of bounds. Essendon well on top. A bomber victory for sure, but not a particularly impressive one because it's been not a very good game. Picked off the ground by Schultz, across to Davis. Davis, Essendon's halfback flanker, kicks it upfield looking for Gosper, but it beats him over the line, and another throw-in coming up. 2 minutes into the time-on period, Jim Taylor takes up the call.
Thank you, Don Hyde. 8:16.64 to 4:12.36 as the throw-in comes in. Merrington was up high, taps it down. Shot across there towards Bissett. And he has a fly towards a goal and almost marked there by Domenico and forced through for another point to make Footscray go to 4:13.37, Essendon 8:16.64, and I feel that Essendon have coasted home. Greg Brown elects to run off out of the 10-yard square and send a long kick almost out to the wing. Somerville's there but couldn't mark it, and it's a throw in again.
Jim Taylor, how far have Essendon slipped from early in the season?
Well, from when we saw them early on in the first match, about 50%. Although, let's face it, today they've not had a good side against them. Footscray are struggling, and Essendon they've slipped a bit with them, I think. There's a kick by Schultz, marked by Jack Clark, and that's Clark's 20th kick for the match. And he's done well for a veteran of 250 games. The mark to Jack Clark as he sends the ball along to where Somerville marks. Somerville, been the star of the match, gets the ball forward, and now again we see Noonan take the mark. 3 quick march to Essendon from Clark to Somerville to Noonan, and the ball's well into their forward line. Noonan's not a bad-looking player, and we'll see more of him if he's cleared. It's a long kick. Schultz will be in the way. He is, and Schultz takes the mark. This bloke, the ball seems to follow him, and he seems to love it. He gets plenty of kicks. There's his kick. Up goes McKenzie. He's under the ball a bit. He can't mark it. McKenzie comes in, acting captain for the Dons today. Has a shot in towards goal. It's going to hook in. It is 9:16. A good goal to Don McKenzie. At 9:16, Essendon 70 to Footscray 37. And we're well into the time-on period in the last quarter. Almost 3 and a bit minutes gone.
Number 24 is Don McKenzie, who kicked that last Essendon goal. There's the score, 70 to 37. And the centre bounce again, and Footscray coming forward through Stevens. And now it's kicked off the ground onto their half-forward line. Here's Barry Davis coming in, getting it back to Essendon's half-forward line. John Schultz again. It's over his head this time, and the mark is taken by David Darcy. Darcy, the Footscray fullback. From that position, a drop kick, swinging play back to the centre of the ground. Up high is Stevens, and Stevens pulls in a good one. Stevens hasn't been particularly prominent for Footscray today, but there's a long kick from him downfield. The ball is taken by Gerlach. Domenico came at him, and now it goes to Thorpe. Thorpe on the half-forward line and loses possession of the ball as David Shaw comes in. Now it's McKenzie pushing someone away to allow Hurd to get it. It comes across to Shaw. Shaw gets it onto Essendon's half-forward line towards Fordham. He can't take it. Darcy's number 15 trying to clear. He's forced down the road by Fordham. Picked up by Noonan. Noonan has a shot in towards goal for Essendon, but it's another point. Essendon 9-17. Footscray 4 goals 13 in the dying moments of the game at Windy Hill. Almost 30 minutes of play gone in this quarter. And that's Noonan, the Essendon recruit, in the picture there, and he's played fairly well. David Darcy, who's had tons of work from the full-back position, kicks off again up to the half-back line. That was Jackman getting up, and now it's Shanahan coming in, punching the ball clear onto the flank position over there to McGowan. McGowan gets his kick for Footscray, sends it to the centre wing with Chalmers running in and also Egan, and again we await for the ball to be thrown back into play. Essendon well on top, 71-37. 22 is Williams, 4 is Stevens, who palms the ball down. It goes to Marsh. Marsh a handball onto Footscray's half-forward line. It comes across to Zushna. Zushna gets out of trouble and sends a long kick down towards the forward pocket position. Up was Delmenico. The ball punched away from him. Gerlach picks it up. Handballs across towards Brown, the Essendon full-back. Brown puts it back to Essendon's half-forward line. Kicked away there further upfield now by Shanahan. The wrong way for Footscray. It comes to Johnny Gillard. Maybe he meant it to go to him. Gillard from the half-back line sends it back to Footscray's half-forward line. Up was Zushna. The ball is on the ground, taken by Gerlach. Gerlach, the Essendon back pocket player, sends it to the half-forward line. Not a good kick. It goes past Somerville and bounces clear into the open spaces with David Shaw running in now, the Essendon player. He drop kicks it downfield, but his kick is a poor one, and it's out of bounds in the Essendon forward pocket. Over 30 minutes of play gone, and Essendon 71-37 are home for sure.
Here's a throw in about 30 yards from the Essendon goal. Well, perhaps they'll need the percentage. They'd be wise to keep trying for them. I think they've coasted home. The punch out there, the ball is again across the lines. Essendon have coasted, and who knows at what stage later in the season the percentage could be very handy to them. 37-71, and we're 31.5 minutes into this last quarter. The ball again out of bounds. The score is there for you to see, and it tells its own story. Essendon have been too good, but backlines of both sides have been on top. There's the siren, and an uninteresting game is over.